gonna do now? Some people don't hurt. Experience don't seem to get us there. All you hear is trust me. It'll be fine. Fine. Oh, fine. Look at our politicians and their decisions. The same old story again and again. Hey, wake up now.
Wake up.
Tell me what you see and hear. Ain't it the same old thing that conventional wisdom gives? Why do we feel this way? We need to speak out and say, enough is enough is enough. It's a mean old world. It's a greedy old world too. Yes, it's a nasty world left here for me and you. Why do we feel this way? We need to speak out and say, enough is enough is enough. Hey, wake up now.
Wake up.
Tell me what you see and hear. Ain't it the same old thing that conventional wisdom gives? Why do we feel this way? We need to speak out and say, enough is enough is enough. It's a mean old world. It's a greedy old world too. Yes, it's a nasty world left here for me and you. Why do we feel this way? We need to speak out and say, enough is enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough.
All right, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. You're welcome in worship this morning, and we all worship in different ways. If that means you need nursery care for your children 5 and younger, we have that available. If that means you need hearing devices, we have those available, as well as a T-coil system. If that means you need something quiet to do with your hands, we have manipulatives for all ages in the narthex. With that, let us deepen into the spirit of worship with these words. No might make them angry, but it will make you free. If no one has ever told you, your freedom is more important than their anger. And with that, please rise and body your spirit as you're willing and able for our morning hymn. You gotta do when the Spirit says do.
Let's sing out, huh?
You gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do.
When the Spirit says do, you gotta do, oh Lord. You gotta do when the Spirit says do.
You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing, oh Lord. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing.
Dance.
Dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta dance, oh Lord. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance.
Laugh.
You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you gotta laugh, oh Lord. You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh.
Shout.
You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout.
Come on, shout.
You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout, oh Lord. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout.
Do. You gotta do.
Do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do, oh Lord. You gotta do when the Spirit says do.
All right.
So welcome to the Unitarian Church of Baton Rouge. My name is Nathan. I'm one of your ministers. I am pleased to welcome you today. A few announcements before we kind of get into this. The first is on the 28th is our annual auction. We still have lots of volunteer opportunities for you. So if you have something to donate or would like to give some of your time, please let me know or the auction team know. We still need about 20 donations to really fill out this auction. Also, we are having a plant sale in the first week of May. Right now, this is a little complicated, but it's not. We are selling undecorated peace poles that we are encouraging you to buy and take home and decorate. And if you really like what you did or you really don't like what you did, to bring it back and give it to us, and then we could sell it as a fundraiser. So that is what, and right now, if you have been trimming or sprouting some extra plants, please hold on to those because in May we're going to need them to help with the fundraiser for the church. Today during middle hour in room 6 is Signs of Our Faith. That's a kind of a new member class, but it's not just for new members. It's for anyone who wants to engage in understanding Unitarian Universalism better. And in room 1, the social justice sub-team on voting will be there. And then next Sunday, our own Coquette Sanders is leading the service. I hope you will come. And just to name how early it is right now, and rainy, online folks and people who are watching this recorded, it is just stopped raining. It has been raining all night. So actually, let's get this service kind of going. I invite you into this morning's prayer and reflection. The God that we know when we see love and hope and kindness and justice and forgiveness, be with us on this day. And hold these a weary people, a people who long for a better world, who wish that love could overcome fear and hatred. All of those who feel exhausted. And help us to hold the people in in Ukraine and in Gaza and now most of the Middle East who are living in some amount of fear. Help us to remember that all people deserve the right to freedom and safety and autonomy. And may we find ways to articulate to those we have asked to represent us a larger pull towards love and justice. May this dreary day be a reminder of the blues, a reminder that no matter how low it may feel, there is a way to get out. There is a way to feel more love and more kindness, and there is a way to share that which is deep within your soul that makes art and makes the world more beautiful. May today be a day that we can share that with this world. For those who need health, may you find it, and if you cannot, may you know you are held without it. For those who need comfort, may you find comfort. For those who need to know you are loved, you are loved. May you find peace. Amen.
For change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change.
Put on the corner, ask for something to eat. I look down, he's got no shoes on his feet. Said, all my kids are hungry, my rent is past due. Said, brother, can I get some change from you? Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. The working class, we need a raise, 'cause we can't make it on minimum wage. Politicians keeping a seat occupied, the rich getting richer while the poor is denied. Taught to hate, taught to divide, taught to keep the love locked up inside. Let's open your heart, let love come through. Break down these walls between me and you. There's bad dudes on the corner hustling the beat. Sisters and her babies with nothing to eat. The same old game with an invisible rope, hanging from hope, hooked on dope. Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change.
Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. Begging for change, begging for change. The whole world's begging for change. Begging for change, begging for change.
We have 4 cards for our table today and some stones to place. We share condolences to Donna Yelverton and her great-niece Emma Catherine Burke on the death of her sister and grandmother, respectively. We're also sending our condolences to Vicki Berry following the death of her husband and our church member, Paul Berry. We also share our condolences with Paul's daughter, Naomi Berry Perez. We have some upcoming memorial services. We'll have the service for Robert McManus, Saturday, March 14th at 2 o'clock. We still need food donations, and if anyone wants to help clean up, it's a wonderful ministry that the Congregational Care Team provides. We'll also have the memorial service for both Vernon Wright and Ada White on Friday, April 10th at 10 o'clock. This will be a memorial service for them both. And we'll have Laura Zolke's memorial service Saturday, May 30th at 1 o'clock. This ritual that I'm inviting you to participate in now is both for members and visitors alike. I invite you to come forward, take a stone, place it in the chalice. You can allow the stone to represent anything you're holding this morning that you need to lay down in the warmth of this community. Please come forward now along the east and west walls. With these words, we light our chalice. With hope to make this a better world, we light this flame. Its light is a symbol of the power of love.
From all that dwell below the skies, let songs of hope and faith arise. Let peace, goodwill on earth be sung through every land by every tongue.
This morning, my hands woke up before I did, already clenched like twin oysters at the end of my arms. My love, I woke up angry this morning. A blaze started in my heart. I know you feel this too. A building fury under our skin. What we do when our rage catches fire.
We must let it blaze into a song of blessing. Bless our tightened fists, not for striking, but for wildly drumming the rhythm of change. Bless our burning hearts, not for cursing, but for singing out for justice. Bless our restless feet, not for fling, but for stomp dancing toward hope. Bless our furious noise, not for chaos, but for shaking the sleepers out of bed.
Let our fury become music that shakes the earth awake. Let our fury become music that shakes the earth awake. Let our fury become music that shakes the earth awake. And when the music ends and our fire fades, let only love remain.
Let only love remain.
I'm crying now.
Let only love remain.
We are burning.
Let only love remain.
We are music.
Let only love remain. Wake up, world. Wake up, sleepers.
Let only love remain.
If you walk through the garden, you gotta watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon. Walk the straight and narrow track. If you walk with Jesus, He'll save your soul. But you gotta keep the devil down in the hole. He's got the fire and the fury at his command. Well, you don't have to worry. Just hold on to Jesus' hand. We'll all be safe from Satan when the thunder rolls. But you gotta keep the devil way down in the hole. All the angels sing about Jesus' mighty soul, and they'll shield you with their wings and keep you close to the Lord. Don't pay heed to temptation, for His hands are so cold. You gotta keep the devil way down in the hole, way down in the hole,
Way down in the hole,
way down in the hole,
way down in the hole,
way down in the hole,
way down in the hole,
way down in the hole.
way down in the hole,
Don't pay heed to temptation,
way down in the hole,
for His hands are so cold.
way down in the hole,
You gotta keep the devil
way down in the hole.
way down. Lord have mercy. In the hole. Yes, ma'am.
One of the things I love about this congregation is that it has its own distinct culture outside of Unitarian Universalism. And part of that is special services like this that showcase the amazing talent here in this congregation. I'm honored to work alongside these amazing musicians, and I'm sure you know this already, but I'm not a blues expert or a musician or really anything, but someone who wanted to create something interesting for you this morning. For folks who don't know, I have a 2-year-old son, and whenever he comes to church, he does a couple things. He applauds for every hymn, And every time one of us gets up to speak, he says, music will come back. And I share that to say that I know you all came here this morning to hear these musicians, and you'd much rather the music come back. So I'll keep it shorter than usual and let the story be told through music. Our worship service this morning is one about freedom of expression. I've heard from some folks in this congregation over the last few months that they're afraid that they're too angry. And I heard that feeling of anger and distress amongst our musicians as well when we began selecting songs and themes for this morning. Music, as it has been for generations, is the channel this morning of this anger. Music has often been the way to let something out that it feels like we don't really have the words to express. And honestly, there's a lot to be angry about, frustrated with, enraged by. Maybe you're angry about our political climate, about this new war, about immigration policies in the US, about the cost of health insurance and the fact that it doesn't seem to actually cover anything. Maybe you're angry at all the things in your life, big and small, that are out of your control. One thing I've learned in my 2 short years of parenting is that the things we need to say to our kids are often the things we need to say to our inner selves. We need to hear that all feelings are okay, even if all actions aren't. Many of us may have been taught, for all sorts of reasons, that anger isn't okay, and I don't believe that that's true. Blues music originated among Black folks in the Deep South in the 1900s, possibly earlier. And early blues often told stories about the difficulties of segregation, sharecropping, poverty. The call and response style can be traced back to spirituals. And underneath the anger in a lot of blues songs is pain. There is a raw feeling to so much of this music that brings emotion to the surface. And when researching for this sermon, one of the things that kept coming up again and again was the question of who gets to decide. And here's what I mean by that. Much of early blues music was written by working-class Black folks in the Mississippi Delta, and then other styles of blues evolved and spread across the South. But most of the people who decades later went about recording and writing down this music were middle-class white folks, usually men, but not always. And so a lot of decisions were made about what was appropriate, what was worth writing down, whose songs were remembered and whose were forgotten, who gets to decide. And so I don't think there's such a thing as too much anger. I don't think other people get to decide that for us, as long as we can find a way to let it out and to channel it to where it needs to go. Anger is only dangerous when it's unacknowledged, unprocessed, repressed. So we're using blues music, which came about as a way for folks to describe the hardships of life in the South, as a form of protest this morning, as a healthy and, I hope, healing way to express our anger, our frustration, our pain. And to remember that much the way blues music continues to live on, our voices will not be able to be erased, no matter what. Not every song you'll hear this morning will be totally focused on anger, but in so many of them, there is a sense that something is wrong, something needs to change, that we have to say no to something, that we won't continue to be controlled, that we're standing up for what we believe in, that we're going to keep going despite all of the forces that would rather we get tired and give up. Because we know that something different is possible. And we don't have to keep accepting or engaging in things that aren't good for us. So I hope that our worship service this morning will be cathartic in some way, to break loose in you the voice that's saying you're too angry, that you're feeling too much emotion, that in some way you can't feel what you need to feel.
So for the offering, I have to go from anger into asking for money. So I'm not going to do that, but what I am going to do is give you one more announcement and then introduce the band and then ask you to give. We did a weird thing last Tuesday and this Tuesday, which is we asked as many of you as possible to come to be a part of the strategic planning process. And the first Tuesday, we had 100 people show up. Last Tuesday, we had 110 show up. So I don't know what you all are doing, but keep doing that. And there's still, if you want to be engaged, come talk to me if you haven't found a way in yet. Okay. Standing up at the mic is Cynthia Bryant, Kathy McManus, Leslie Grover, Kathy Judy. Working our way through, our music director, Lee Hartman, Mike Patton. Mike, you did great on the doxology. Just to let you all know, for as long as Mike has been in the blues service, he has always said, I hope I don't mess up the doxology, except when he messes it up. John Wilkinson, Josh Crook, Dave Como, and Eli Williams. So thank you all for making this. And this whole month, we are sharing our offering with Lori, which is Louisiana Organization for Refugees and Immigrants. I don't feel like I need to tell you why in our current climate that is an organization we need to support. And in this case, I'm going to follow that instinct and just say, if you don't know, please come talk to me. I'll ask you to give very generously as this morning's offering is gratefully given and received.
Well, I don't need you hanging around my door, trying to drag me back down to the shore. And I ain't gonna drink your dirty water no more. Well, I got wet from my head down to my legs, and I drank all of that dirty water right down to the dregs. But I won't do it again, I don't care who begs. Dirty water, now what's that for? Dirty water, I ain't drinking no more. I ain't drinking no more. You gotta lie underneath your tongue where it can't be seen, 'cause you wanna put the truth on the guillotine. But you might as well put out a fire with gasoline. Now you could serve up dirty water from a golden cup, and you can try to lock out the truth, but that door just won't shut. 'Cause the truth keeps coming out like blood from a cut. Oh, dirty water, now what's that for? Hey, dirty water, y'all, I ain't drinking no more. I ain't drinking no you could try to sweeten dirty water with a grenadine, but I can still read you just like a magazine. And I ain't gonna drink no more till the water runs clean. Baby, you got the kind of love I can't afford, and I don't have a taste for what's in that glass you poured. And I ain't gonna drink your dirty water no more. I ain't never gonna drink your dirty water no more. I ain't never gonna drink your dirty water no more.
Anger shines through me. Anger shines through me. I am a burning bush. My rage is a cloud of flame. My rage is a cloud of flame in which I walk seeking justice like a precipice. How the streets of the iron city flicker, flicker, and the dirty air fumes. Anger storms between me and things, transfiguring, transfiguring. A good anger acted upon is beautiful as lightning and swift with power. A good anger swallowed, clots the blood to slime. Is it our turn again? Yep.
Give me just one good reason, and I'll turn right back around. Give me just one good reason, and I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to see you lonely, but you gotta make me change my mind.
Baby, I got your number. Oh, and I know that you got mine. Oh, you know that I called you. I called too many times. You can call me, baby. You can call me anytime, but you got to call me.
Give me just one good reason, and I'll turn right back around.
You can see me turn.
Oh yeah, give me one just good reason, and I'll turn right back around.
You can see me turning.
Said I don't want to see you lonely, but you gotta make me change my mind. I don't want no one to squeeze me. Oh, they might take away my life. I don't want no one to squeeze me. Oh, they might take away my life. I just want someone to hold me. Oh, and rock me through the night. what you need. I said this youthful heart can love you, oh, and give you what you need. But I'm too old to go chasing you around, wasting my precious energy. Oh yeah, give me just one good reason, and I'll turn right back around. You could see me turning. Give me just one good reason, and I'll turn right back around. You could see me turning. Said I don't want to see you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, just give me one reason. Oh, give me just one reason why. Baby, just give me one reason. Give me just one reason why I should stay. Said I told you that I loved you, and there ain't no more to say.
When I came to our dress rehearsal yesterday, I asked Lee, I said, is it always this good? And they said, yes, every time it's this good. So, anger has always been complicated. For one thing, expressions of anger are racialized, gendered. For those of us who are white, and especially we're socialized as women, anger often isn't seen as polite, ladylike, okay. For our male counterparts, anger is one of the only acceptable emotions to feel, which can keep people cut off from even the basic process of naming our feelings, something we try to teach as young as toddlerhood. For those of us who are not white, there are many more layers. Outward expressions of anger have been seen as dangerous. Lama Rod Owens writes in his book, Love and Rage, as a black man, I was conditioned to believe my anger was dangerous. If I channeled anger and expressed anger, then I would be punished. I would be killed. I would be put in jail. I would be silenced. I would be erased. To protect myself from my dangerous anger, I learned to bury it and distance myself from it. When I buried it, it became passive aggression. There are so many barriers that can prevent us from unpacking our anger, and I think therapy is ultimately the answer for us all. But I think we also know that there are massive barriers to accessibility there. Whether you want to run away from your anger or you have so much anger that you fear it might consume you, we need to dig into it, because anger is actually a source of information for us. What we get angry about tells us something. It tells us about what matters to us, what we value. It tells us about what we cannot tolerate. In her essay, The Power of Anger in the Work of Love, Beverly Harrison writes, anger is not the opposite of love. It is better understood as a feeling signal that all is not well in our relation to other persons or groups or to the world around us. Anger is a mode of connectedness to others, and it is always a vivid form of caring. She goes on to write, where anger rises, there the energy to act is present. So we can try to ask our anger, what are you trying to tell me? One of the things that I appreciate about blues music, especially that I listened to while researching for this service, is that the artists name directly what they're upset about. Of course, there's metaphor, like in so many other genres, but I think there's more of a willingness to name the source of frustration and then to say, I'm sad because this happened, or I'm angry because of that, and here's exactly how bad it is. If you've sat in a therapist's office lately, you've probably seen something called the feelings wheel. We use it to help us name emotions, and anger is often the second part of the wheel. It's considered a secondary emotion, which means that it comes up to mask or protect against more vulnerable primary emotions like shame, fear, or guilt. The poet Rick Fields writes, "Behind the hardness there is fear, and if you touch the heart of fear, you find sadness. And if you touch the sadness, you find the vast blue sky." Lama Rod Owens puts it another way. What is your anger trying to protect? Sometimes it's okay to think our anger is trying to protect us. However, it's more truthful to think it's actually protecting something else that's a little deeper than that. It's protecting our hurt. It's protecting our broken hearts. The Reverend Sarah Smalley wrote about scattering her mother's ashes and about how long she avoided the task after her mom's death because there were things she was angry with her mom about that she couldn't bring herself to say or to write down. Here's what she says about finally naming and expressing her anger towards her mother, who she describes as her hero, even across the space of death. Here's what was surprising: how much closer I felt to my mom after that. It's like this: if I can't be angry sometimes, we can't have an authentic relationship. If I can't trust you with my anger, I can't trust you with my vulnerability. But if we can be angry with each other without hurting each other with our anger, that's an invitation to draw closer. Through Smalley's story, we can see that anger can actually be a source for closeness, that if we can feel our anger appropriately and communicate it so that it doesn't spill out onto everyone around us, that can be healthy and maybe even healing. In the reading we heard earlier from Marge Piercy, she writes, "My rage is a cloud flame in which I walk seeking justice. Anger storms between me and things, transfiguring. A good anger acted upon is beautiful as lightning. A good anger swallowed clots the blood to slime." When we're angry about things that matter, about injustice, we cannot afford to swallow it. That hurts us, and it hurts those around us, because eventually the anger is going to come out, whether we want it to or not, probably onto those we love the most. We're going to get tired, frustrated, we're going to lose our patience. And so we have to find healthy ways to express it. So we can't swallow our anger. We can't tell ourselves that what we're feeling is too much. Instead, we have to begin to ask, what is my anger trying to show me? What is my anger calling me to do?
Trying to find a new home, trying to write a new song, trying to find a rhythm that'll help me. Oh, I wanna get through it. I keep singing the blues. Everybody's saying you gotta get away in. Go deal with the real stuff, and it's gotta be true enough. Yeah, keep singing the blues. Well, you know, I'm just passing on, singing the same old song. Sometimes it feels so right, and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror, still singing the blues. singing the blues. I pop a little upbeat reggae and I can lift and appreciate, but I'd rather be high on singing the blues. I've been in and out of soul, even rock and roll, but a little Bobby Blue Bland never gets old. I gotta have me some blues. You know, I'm just passing on, singing the same old song. Sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror. Oh, still singing the blues. Yeah, I'm staring at the mirror. Still singing the blues. Oh, I'm just passing on, singing the same old song. Sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror. Oh, I'm staring at the mirror. Still singing the blues, singing the blues, singing the blues, singing the blues.
All right now, Kathy G.
Won't you celebrate with me what I have shaped into a kind of life? I had no model. Born in Babylon, both non-white and woman, what did I see except to be myself? I made it up here on this bridge between starshine and clay, my one hand holding tight my other hand. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed.
Just the way that blues music has been about claiming a voice for folks whose voices dominant culture tried to erase. I think we're now at a time where history is being written and we wonder, what will those in the future say about our time? One thing I know is that those of us who stood up and showed up in whatever way we knew how, we won't be erased. We'll write music with our lives. In the words of Cole Arthur Riley, our resistance is not predicated on how likely it will be to alter the conscience of the oppressor. We resist for our own conscience and to awaken all others who are still in possession of their own souls. Anger can be a roadmap, pointing us toward what we value, what we care about, through what is enraging and upsetting to us. And if we think of anger as a roadmap, where is that map steering us right now? Where is it steering you this morning? Valerie Carr writes, "The aim of divine rage is not vengeance, but to reorder the worlds." I've used this quote for a while, and now I'm thinking about it differently. Instead of the rage of the divine, I'm now thinking of it about a rage that has been divinely given to us as a gift from God or Spirit or the universe to show us how the world should be reordered. To feel this deep anger means that we have an innate ability to see what's wrong and to see how it needs to change. Jan Richardson writes on anger, "It has something to tell us about who we are and how we're connected to those around us." And so though that change might not be something we can do on our own, or maybe in this lifetime, the anger sharpens our vision for the world that could be. So what's your vision telling you this morning? What's your dream for how the world should look? What are we saying now that we can't let be erased? What are we saying and doing now that we want to live in history? Because what I know and what history shows us is that oppression does not win. It may try, it may look like it's winning, but it doesn't. Or put another way, like in the poem Cynthia just read us, come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me and has failed. The forces of oppression are strong right now. We know that. We feel that. We feel the anger that bubbles up within us because of it. It would be easy to let that anger swallow us up, to make us tired. But here's what I think we can learn from it. A lot of religious folks who are more theologically conservative than we are spend a lot of time talking about the devil. It's very interesting to me. It's something I almost never talked about or even thought about growing up. And like a lot of theological concepts, there's room for redefining there, reimagining. And there's something to teach us too. I wonder if the devil can be seen as all the forces that would rather see us tired, consumed by anger, individually isolated by it. What if the devil is all the forces that would rather see our anger split us apart than be a source of closeness, of honesty, of connection between us? What if that's the devil we need to keep way down in the hole? So as we close this morning, as we close this service of holy, sacred anger, let's keep our eyes focused on the goal in front of us. Let's not let our anger consume us or silence us. Let's let it fuel us, energize us, and move us forward. May it be so. Amen.
Paul and Silas bound in jail, had no money for the go they bail. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on.
Paul and Silas began to shout. Doors popped open and all walked out. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Keep your
Eyes on the prize, hold on.
hold on.
Hold on.
Hold
Hold on.
Keep your
Eyes on the prize, hold on. Living on the chains that we can stand, are the chains of hand in hand. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on. Got my hand on the freedom plow, wouldn't take nothing from my journey now. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Eyes on the prize, hold on.
your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
The one thing that we did right was the day that we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Stand up,
Hold
huh?
on.
Come on.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Freedom's name is mighty sweet, and soon we're gonna meet. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Okay, you're gonna sing with us now.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
You can do better than that.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Keep your eyes on the prize.
One more time. Come on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
As we go forth from our worship service this morning, let our anger be a source of connection and fuel. Go in peace. Go in love.